Most people think mental strength means never feeling sad, never getting tired, and always staying positive. But that's not real mental strength. Real mental strength is quiet. It doesn't scream, it doesn't show off. And most of the time, nobody even notices it. Mentally strong people still feel pain. They still fail. They still get anxious, lonely, and confused. The difference? They respond differently. Today, I'm going to share 5 things that only mentally strong people consistently do. Things that instantly place them above 90% of the population. If you recognize yourself in even one of these points, you're stronger than you think. Let's begin. Point 1. They control their reactions, not their circumstances. Approx. 4 minutes. Mentally strong people understand one brutal truth. You cannot control what happens to you, but you can control how you react. Most people waste their energy fighting reality. They complain. They panic. They blame others. They ask, why me? Mentally strong people ask a different question. What's the best response right now? They don't explode emotionally every time life pushes them. They pause. They breathe. They observe. That pause, even if it's just a few seconds, is power. Because in that pause, they choose logic over impulse, growth over ego, and long-term peace over short-term satisfaction. They don't let anger decide their words. They don't let fear decide their actions. And they don't let temporary emotions destroy permanent opportunities. This doesn't mean they suppress emotions. It means they master them. And in a world where most people are slaves to their moods, self-control is a superpower. Point 2. They can be alone without feeling lonely. Most people are terrified of being alone. Silence makes them uncomfortable. They need noise. They need validation. They need distractions. Mentally strong people are different. They are comfortable sitting with their own thoughts. They don't escape themselves. They understand themselves. They know that solitude is not loneliness, it's clarity. When they're alone, they reflect. They recharge. They reconnect with who they are, not who the world expects them to be. They don't depend on constant attention to feel worthy. They don't chase people just to avoid emptiness. They don't stay in toxic relationships out of fear of being alone. Because they know something powerful. If you can't enjoy your own company, you'll never truly enjoy anyone else's. In a noisy world addicted to attention, the ability to be alone is mental strength at its highest level. Point 3. They accept hard truths instead of comforting lies. Mentally strong people don't sugarcoat reality. They don't lie to themselves to feel better temporarily. They choose truth even when it hurts. They admit when they're wrong. They accept when they've failed. They recognize when they need to improve. Most people protect their ego at all costs. Mentally strong people sacrifice ego for growth. They don't blame luck, destiny, or other people forever. They look inward and ask, what can I do better? This honesty is painful, but it's also freeing. Because once you accept the truth, you can finally change it. Denial keeps people stuck for years. Acceptance moves people forward immediately. Mentally strong people understand that growth begins the moment excuses end. Point 4. They stay calm under pressure. Anyone can stay calm when life is easy. The real test comes when everything is going wrong. Mentally strong people don't panic under pressure. They slow down when others speed up. They think clearly when others lose control. This doesn't mean they're fearless. It means they're disciplined. They don't make emotional decisions during emotional moments. They know panic never produces solutions. Pressure doesn't break them. It reveals them. While others collapse mentally, they focus on what they can control. They break big problems into small steps. They act instead of freezing. They adapt instead of giving up. That calmness under stress is why mentally strong people often rise when others fall. Point 5. They don't seek approval to validate their worth. This is one of the strongest signs of mental strength. Mentally strong people don't live for applause. They don't need constant approval to feel valuable. They make decisions based on values, not opinions. They're okay being misunderstood. They're okay being disliked. They're okay standing alone. Because they know something most people never learn. If you live for approval, you'll die from criticism. They listen to feedback, but they don't let it define them. They don't shape their life around pleasing everyone. They understand that self-respect matters more than popularity. In a world obsessed with likes, comments, and validation, inner confidence is rare. And rarity is strength. Mental strength isn't loud, it doesn't beg for attention. It doesn't announce itself, it shows up in silence. In self-control, in honesty, in calmness. and in confidence without approval. If you do even one of these 5 things, you are already ahead of most people. And if you practice them consistently, there is almost nothing life can throw at you that you won't survive and grow from. Remember, strong minds aren't born. They're built every single day.